I'm Marc de Meij from Ghent, and I have been studying and teaching at the University of Ghent up to 2005. I'm now emeritus professor at the University of Ghent, but still active in the Koninklijke Vlaamse Academie in Brussels, Royal Flemish Academy. And I'm acting there as the director of the Center for Advanced Studies, a quite modest center with about 15 fellows a year, at least foreign ones, working together with Flemish or Belgian colleagues, and we're doing the kind of activity of coordinating interdisciplinary projects at such a center. All of my international activity and such a Center for Advanced Studies is involved in a lot of international activity. It comes from my experience a very long time ago, 66, 67, with a Fulbright Scholarship. I could go to the United States, and with a Bohr Scholarship, be at Harvard, Cambridge, Massachusetts for a year. And that opened up so many horizons that since then I've been back to the United States. I lost count of how many times, like say, in my active years as professor, like 2 or 3 times a year, and almost every year at least once. And all of the international relations have gotten an immense boost by being at Harvard. And I've been privileged to be one of the earlier Frank Bohr's beneficiaries in the sense of getting a Bohr Scholarship. Frank Bohr's initiated that. I should look at the book he collected in '64, so I was there 66, 67. 64 was the initiative for a very generous program that Frank Bohr's, a person who is really very a monument in the history of the Fulbright scholarships, at least for Harvard, I think, because by now there are tens and tens of Fulbright scholars, but at the time he initiated it, he himself had been studying law at Harvard, and he wanted to have people from Europe in particular. I think we started out from Belgium and Luxembourg were the involved countries, and this was an amazingly generous program, and Frank Bohr took part in organizing it and following it throughout at that time. And not just the Fulbright organization, I think, is marvelous in its own way, but in addition to Fulbright, to have Frank Bohr's program is really quite almost inexplicable generosity of Frank, and we have kept in touch since then. He still comes along occasionally at Ghent, and we have meetings with a few colleagues who have all been profiting from the scholarship.